Together escaping all memories. Tell me how do we get so brave? Tell me how do we get so brave? How do we get so how do we get so how do we get so
Oh, jeez. I know you guys can see me, but or hear me, but you can't see me. That's funny. Hang on. There we go. Now you can see me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is better by you than it is here by me. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute, but welcome back to all of our subscribers. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, although, if I'm being honest, I'm not really pushing too hard because I don't want to say it doesn't matter to me. It does matter to me, obviously, but it's not the focus of this channel. The focus of this channel is obviously to make friends and hang out with friends and make fun projects in the process. So if you want to subscribe, great. If not, that's okay too. Either way, thank you again so much for joining me today. I apologize. All of a sudden, my allergies, and that's why I'm running a little late. My allergies have just blown up all of a sudden. We've had some pretty nasty rainstorms, and it's kicked up a bunch of stuff in the air, and so I'm a little stuffy this morning. So I do apologize for that. So I do have a box of tissues over there, so I may need to excuse myself to blow my nose here in just a minute. As you can see, I do have the puppy cam on. But it looks like it's at a really bad angle, so I might have to fix that here in just a minute, so I do apologize for that. I do have a puppy that's hanging out just off camera. She likes to avoid that camera at all costs. She's just so cute. A couple of other quick announcements. Also, we are having some power outages here in our neighborhood. So yesterday we had some pretty nasty storms roll through. It started at about 5 o'clock last night and rolled through all the way into the evening, up into the early morning hours this morning. So a couple of our neighbors, actually quite a few of our neighbors, are out of power right now. We are lucky. Obviously, we still have power. For how long, I don't know. They may have to shut off our power in order to make changes. Who knows? So, but we're going to keep going as much as we can. So if my connection is a little off, if I'm a little staticky, things are a little buffery. I do apologize for that. It's probably, hopefully, it's because of all the power issues. I do have some equipment upgrades that I need to be making here soon, and I do plan on making those hopefully next month. Um, so that should help also with some of the crackling that you hear with the audio and things like that. That's just because my connection is not as strong as it could be. So I'm hoping to have all of those things fixed here in the next couple weeks. But I do appreciate your patience. And as always, if you guys do have trouble with something, please let me know. Because maybe there's something I can do on my end, maybe not. But we're going to try anyway. So we're going to be working on our memory bear project today. If you guys recall, the last time we were working on this project, we put the whole head together, which was absolutely adorable. And since then, I've upgraded a little bit of my equipment because this is not the only memory bear I want to make. I want to make quite a few of these. So I've decided to invest a little bit of time and money into some more equipment that will hopefully make this process a little bit easier for us. And I'm going to show you guys that here today as well. Oh, lots of things to tell you guys about. Yeah, so storms yesterday, they were awful. I know that they're probably, if they're running through me, then that means they're headed off to the East Coast. So my thoughts are with all of our friends there at the East Coast because they were some pretty nasty storms. Some really high winds, really, really heavy rain, thunder and lightning for sure. Our poor puppies didn't sleep very well last night. So, of course, that means Mr. Wizard and I didn't sleep very well last night. In fact, Taylor, I think she's still sleeping because she didn't sleep very well either because of all the rainstorms. So it was crazy. We do have some tree branches down in our yard. We have a couple of big trees in our yard, so we do have some tree branches. So that's where Mr. Wizard is at this morning. He is out in the yard cleaning that up. The good news is it was nothing too major. We didn't have any damage to our cars or houses or anything. We did have one tree branch actually hit this corner of the house, but it was not large enough to really do any type of damage. It just made a loud sound and kind of shook the house a little bit. Um, Mr. Wizard has checked. There's no damage to anything that we can see, but we are going to keep an eye on it just to make sure. But it was a decent sized branch, so we'll keep an eye on that. So that's where he is at. He is outside doing that. Um, like I said, the majority of my neighborhood is currently without power. We are one of the lucky few families that have not lost power, at least not yet. Knock on wood everywhere. So if the stream just cuts out, that is probably what has happened. So please bear with me on that. I apologize for having to cancel our live stream or reschedule our live stream from last week. We were supposed to start our new project called Spools of the Year. It's a wall hanging project through Shabby Fabrics. We were supposed to start that last week, and I was really excited to start it last week, but unfortunately, I ended up having some severe migraines and some vertigo on Tuesday and Wednesday. You guys know that I suffer from those things. It happens to me 2 or 3 times a year, and unfortunately, it just so happened to be those days. I was feeling better on Wednesday, but it was one of those things where the idea of sitting behind all these lights, talking to you guys in the camera, having the music in my ear, it just didn't sound like it was going to be a very good idea. And I thought about rescheduling it for Thursday, but I thought, because it was kind of weird, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just push it to the next week, and I'm sure you guys don't understand. So I went ahead and I pushed it to this week instead. So we've got a lot of live streams coming up this week. So first and foremost, obviously we have today's live stream. And then this afternoon, make sure you guys head over to Katie's channel at 3:30 p.m. That's Greenland Quilter. Head over to her channel for our Peace of Mind Mending Pieces series. I'm really enjoying that series. It's really giving me a lot of tools myself, but for those of you who aren't familiar, Katie and I came up with a series where, yes, of course, we're sewing things or we're hanging out together, but the focus of our conversations is more about mental health and trying to combat that and ways to work through it. Everyone suffers from, I think everybody suffers from it in different ways or different forms. And these are just some conversations. It gives people a free space, a safe space to talk about them, to air them out. We actually have one of Katie's close friends is a licensed therapist, so she brings in a professional perspective to things, not just a personal perspective, but also a professional one as well. So I really enjoy those conversations. I know they're not for everybody, and that's totally fine. I know they're not for everyone, and that's okay. But if you are interested, please make sure you head over to Katie's channel at 3:30 p.m. Central this afternoon. So that's the second live stream for today. Okay, my nose is starting to go anymore. Hang on here, guys. I'm getting more and more stuffy. I feel like I'm going to sneeze here. Sorry about that. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's clearing things out a little bit better. So that's this afternoon. Then on Monday we have our members only live stream. So members, just a reminder, we do have a live stream 7:30 p.m. on Monday, where we're still working on our members only project. We're still putting some of those blocks together. I think we're really close to being done with the blocks. I think we're gonna start putting rows together here soon. So make sure you head over there. That's tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Then Wednesday we'll do our Spools of the Year project again, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then on Saturday we're bringing back our After Dark edition, and this one's going to be a special one. We're going to start an hour earlier than normal. It starts at 5:30 Central Time instead of 6:30. So moderators, if you can't make it, that's okay. Excuse me. So we're going to be starting at 5:30 instead of 6:30, and Lucas is going to be joining us on camera because we're going to be putting together the binding for our Wild West project. So you guys are going to get to see that project again. You'll get to see Lucas's quilt. It's absolutely beautiful. The colors he chose for his grandma are just absolutely gorgeous, but he's going to be learning how to put binding on, and we're going to be putting the binding on. That particular live stream, we're going to go until we're done. So we're going to start at 5:30, and we're going to keep going until both of us are done. So it could be 3 hours, could be 5 hours. Who knows? Hopefully it won't be 5 hours. Hopefully it'll only be about the 3 hour mark, but we'll have to wait and see. On top of that, Mama Joyce Intellectual will be joining us for that live stream, probably a little bit later in the stream, probably more around 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and they have something extra super special for you guys. So if you've missed an After Dark edition before, you're not going to want to miss this one specifically, because not only are they going to be, is it scheduled yet? Yeah, Terry, it should be scheduled. Oh, I'm not sure which one you're asking about. I'm sorry. Can you tell me which one they should all be scheduled, but if I'm missing one, let me know. But Saturday, the Mama Joyce and Cheryl are going to be joining us for the After Dark, and they've got something extra special planned just for you guys. The After Dark stream, yeah, it should be scheduled. Maybe I didn't put it on the calendar. I can double check that after the stream here to make sure, but it should be on there. They've got something extra special to share with you guys. It's something that's not sewing related, but it's crafting related. Because you guys know that Cheryl has said that she's not a sewer, she's a crafter. And so her and Mama Joyce have come up with a really cool fall/Halloween crafting project that they're going to be making, and then they're going to give it away. And so you guys, if you are interested in winning a crafted project from Mama Joyce or Sherlock Carroll, they're going to be giving away two of them on Saturday, so make sure you guys tune in. You do have to be present to win. So if you join the giveaway and then we call your name and you don't claim it, then we will call somebody else. So make sure that you guys tune into that one. So 7th, and we're going to start at 5:30 p.m. Central Time this coming Saturday. I don't know what day that is. Forgive me. Actually, I have the calendar right here in front of me. I should just look. Ooh, that's hot. Let me look. Saturday the 23rd. Saturday the 23rd, starting at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be live on this channel. We're going to be doing our After Dark. Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl will probably hop on about 6:30 Central Time, so you guys will be able to see what they're doing then. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to work out really well. They're really excited about it. They were telling me a little bit about it yesterday. They're kind of keeping it a little bit of a surprise for me as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you join us then. And don't forget to bring your preferred beverage of choice because we're going to have a lot of fun with that too. So that is on Saturday. And then, of course, we'll have another live stream again that next Sunday where we're going to be working on our Norfolk project. I did finally receive the pattern for Clue 8, or I'm sorry, no, for Block 7. So we're going to be making Block 7 of our Norfolk quilt. I cut those fabric pieces yesterday. So lots and lots of things coming up here in the next week or two. And then starting in, probably not in September, but probably in October, we're going to have two more Block of the Month programs coming in. I have the hiccups now. Oh my goodness, I'm such a mess. We're going to have two more Block of the Month programs coming in that are going to be, we're going to be starting in those as well. So lots and lots of fun things happening. So that's, I think that's all of the announcements. Let me make sure. Yeah, I got this Sunday, I got Wednesday, I got Saturday. I think that's all the announcements. So that's what this next week is going to be entailing for us, and so it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be really, it's a little stressful for me because it's just a lot going on, during the week when I already have not a whole lot of time to do things in. But it just sometimes it just can't be helped. So it's going to be a lot of fun either way. Okay, so today, like I said, we're going to be working on our memory bear project. You can kind of see some of the pieces laid out here already. I was looking at it. So last time we were here, we got the head together, which it's just so cute. Like, guys, look at this. Like, there's the ears and the nose. Like, I'm holding it kind of weird and wonky. But there's the head. Here's the nose. You can slide profile. Here's the two ears. Ears are a little different. Like, this one's probably folded a little bit more than this one, but whatever. It's handmade. It's not supposed to be perfect, right? It's my first ever one, so it looks like that. So that's what we finished. Now, one of the things or a couple of the things that you guys had recommended that I have here in my arsenal, one of them was Fray Check, which is a fabric glue. They said to use a little drop of the Fray Check on the buttons so that the buttons would stay while I was sewing them. Great advice. I just didn't have any. So I do have some now. I bought a little 2-pack of it. Here it is, Fray Check. I have used this on a couple of things like the applique project I was working on. I actually used that to kind of seal up the ends of the stitching. Sorry. I used some of that on the ends of that, and it worked really, really well. So I have not used it for this particular project, but I have used it for other things already, and I already love it. So it was a little expensive, if I remember correctly. I got the 2-pack for, oh gosh, I want to say $6 on Amazon. So it's a little on the pricey side, but I mean, look at the size of the bottle. And I mean, you don't even use a drop of this stuff. Like you use such a small amount that this bottle is going to last me forever, and I got 2 of them. So yeah, so definitely I think worth the investment. The other thing that you guys can kind of already see here, and it's hot, so I have to be careful with it. The thing that I've also purchased, which was a recommendation from you guys, was the Clover iron. Now this one was definitely a hefty investment. It was almost $50 for the Clover iron. I bought the kit. I didn't buy just the iron. I bought the accessory kit that goes along with it. It's like, it's over here. There's like a couple of other heads. So let me show them to you. So this head actually comes out, and you can replace it with other ones. So like there's a flat one here, and then there's a bigger one, a bigger triangle one. I've got the small triangle one on now, and then there's also a rounded one as well. So that's the one I bought. I think I paid 44 or $45 from Amazon for the whole kit. Now, this comes with, it's really hot because I have it on. It comes with this cute little stand here thing. This cute little stand thing here, which is cute, but it's kind of, it's not very steady. So, because the whole thing is round, so it doesn't really sit very well. So I actually have it sitting on a silicone mat for my iron, so then that way it's protecting the surface. And then I kind of had the cord tucked underneath the desk here to kind of keep it sitting flat. So that's just kind of what I'm doing. I'm sure there's other stands and stuff out there that are made for it that I just haven't invested really time or energy into looking at yet. But yeah, so it's hot. Like it's really hot, and it's much different than using one of these irons. You really have to be very careful with it because I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit, but because it's so exposed and there's really no like here, you know, when you're using this type of an iron, the surface is here, so your hands aren't really near it, or you know when you're using it and things like that. Whereas this one is much smaller. This whole metal rod that goes all the way up the top, that thing is the whole thing is heated. So just be very careful with it if you're going to be using it. I have used it a little bit on this head. I actually popped it back through and ironed up the seams, and I really like the way it's working. So I think it's going to work out real well. But it was definitely an investment for sure. And yeah, oh sorry, I got distracted there for a second. So that is one of the tools that we're going to be utilizing today. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully that it kind of helps things along. Okay, what else was I going to tell you guys about? I was thinking of moving that puppy cam. I've got a chair sitting here that's holding fabric, and that's kind of why the puppy cam is kind of pointed at that. I probably could twist it a little bit. It's alright. I think it got bumped, and I just never bumped it back. But here, let's say hi to one of the puppies, because she is in here. She's just off camera, so let's say hi to her. You have to come over here. See, she's right here. Oh, there's the big one. So there's the big one. Yeah, the camera is just a little off. I'll have to move it later. Good girl. So there you guys go. There's the puppy cam. It has become a permanent staple on the channel. You guys loved it so much, and it's really been a lot of fun having them in here and here with me. So it is now a permanent fixture in the channel. So it will be on all the time. I'm still looking for a different border for it, just like puppies or something. I haven't decided yet, but we'll figure it out. So anyway, so back to let me hop into chat before we get too deep into things. Let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody there. I know I've seen a bunch of names in there already, and so I apologize that I haven't gotten there yet. Jerry's saying, "Aw, babies, yes, hi, babies." So let me hop into chat real quick, say hello to everybody there, and then we can get started on our memory bear project. So since the head is done now, so cute. We're going to be working on the body today, which is actually one of the other reasons I was a little bit late popping in, is because I was reading the instructions and I didn't realize what time was. So sorry about that. So Brad46 was the first person in chat this morning. Good morning, Brad46. You were there way so early. My goodness. But thank you anyway. She was there at 7:15, then at 8:15, then at 10 a.m. all Eastern time. Susan was also here really early, as was Linda Denton. So thank you, ladies, so much for hanging out with me this morning and waiting for me. I truly appreciate you being a part of this channel and waiting for me. Thank you so much for that. Let me scrolling down. They were having a conversation. It sounds like Naomi was also there this morning. Sounds like Naomi is doing some dog sitting, and she had a little bit of a sick dog that she was working with. So sorry to hear that, Naomi. But I'm sure if they're in your care, that they're going to be right as rain by the time their owners come back home. So I'm sure they'll be appreciative of that, hopefully. Terry is also here. Good morning, Terry. Thank you so much for being here. Terry, Kathy, and Lucas are our moderators. If you guys have any questions at all, please make sure that you reach out to any one of those three. You can always reach out to me as well, but I often miss messages. I really don't want to, but I get distracted with things here and I miss messages. So if I don't answer you right away, make sure you reach out to one of them three and they can help you out. And if you still need my attention, you can also ask them to send me text messages and things. There's other ways for them to be able to get my attention if it's something important that I need to be looking at. So thank you for that. Brad46 was also reminding everybody early on to hit that like button. So thank you, Brad46, for that reminder. If you guys would just take a quick second while I'm going through chat to do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Joyce Hernandez, good morning. My gosh, lady, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I hope you've been having a fantastic summer. I hope everything is going well for you. Let's see, Streamlabs was up this morning, so that's good. Good morning, Patty. Welcome back. She says, happy R&R day. That's right. That's what Sundays are for, right? Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Patty. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Streamlabs, Joyce Hernandez, Naomi, Susan, Kathy. Hi, good morning, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As Terry, Kathy, and Lucas are our moderators, and Terry and Kathy also have their own channels as well. So if you guys have not already, please make sure you go over and give them a sub and a like. Kathy's channel is awesome. It's like a quilt retreat every time you go. She has so many amazing, fun friends and guests on her show. I try to catch the replay as often as I can. I wish I could catch the live streams more, but unfortunately, it's just they're during the day, and so I don't always have a lot of time. But I do try to pop on every once in a while and say hello as much as I can. But they have a great time over there, so make sure you check them out. And Terry's channel, Terry is extraordinarily talented. The projects that she works on are amazing. She has such a wealth of knowledge and information. Her videos are just so educational and they're just so helpful. So make sure you check out her channel as well. You can do exclamation point Kathy or exclamation point Terry in chat, and they will give you links to their channels. And congratulations again to Terry for making 1,000 subscribers. That is a huge accomplishment, I know, and we're so proud of you and just so happy for you. So congratulations again on that. Let's see. Choice, Terry, Susan, Choice, Susan, Streamlabs. Lots of Streamlabs today. 546, Susan. Sorry, still streaming. Wow. Hi, good morning, Fern. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. Sandra K is also here. Good morning, Sandra. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good summer so far. Linda Denton, I think I said hello to you already, but just in case, hello, good morning again. Still scrolling, guys. Still scrolling. I'm way behind. Oh, there we go. There's Dawn. Good morning, Dawn. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Yeah, everybody's asking me if I thought I was scheduled. I will double check after my live stream today because I do have a little bit of time between this live stream and the one with Katie. So I'll double check and make sure. But I swear I scheduled that was fun. I swear I scheduled the After Dark edition already, and then I also scheduled the members only in the live stream, but I'll double check them. So thanks for pointing that out to me. I will double check. Dawn says she's going back to hand quilting. No problem, Dawn. We're happy that you're here with us, even if you are just lurking. We love our lurkers. We love our replay watchers. We love our subscribers. We love all of them. I do anyway. I'm not so sure about everybody else, but I know I do, and I know that my moderators do as well. So thank you for that. It is scheduled. You found it. Okay, good. Good. The 23rd. Yep. The 23rd. So next Saturday. Yep. Dawn says, got the reminder button pressed? All right. That's awesome. Yeah. Great. Rough night sleeping. Oh, sorry about that. Leg cramps. Yeah. That's not good either. Leg cramps are awful. I'm still scrolling, guys. Sorry. Katie Leonard, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. I think I'm almost caught up. Let's see. Thank you for the shout out. Oh, Kathy, no need to thank me. For instance, I love that Elvis has joined the group. Oh, you mean over here? I was like, what did I miss? Speaking of Elvis, Mama Joyce and I have just signed up for another Elvis, just a single concert for some tribute artists that we've seen in concert before. So we're going to be driving back down to Collinsville in the end of September for just a quick 2-day trip to see another tribute artist, a couple of tribute artists that we're familiar with that have really great shows. So we're excited for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Quick little trip. All right, I think I've gotten through everything in chat. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Joyce says, sorry, granddaughter called. What did I miss? Oh, no. Joyce, granddaughter's way more important than anything we were talking about, for sure. And Wrigley, yes, he was here too. Yeah, he was here too. What was I talking about now? I don't even remember anymore. My sinuses are killing me today. And Ivy's being whiny. Can you hear her? She's whining. The only bad part about her is once you give her one, then she starts whining about getting 100 of them. So sorry to blow my nose on camera, but I apologize for that. Alright, so back to what we were working on today. So today we're working on a memory bear project. We put the head together. Yay! So we are currently on step number 8, which is where we're going to start to be putting the body together. So one of the first things that it says to do is take our pieces, our number 6 pieces, which are these here, and we're going to be stitching up the center seam here. So I'm going to go ahead first. I've got stuff everywhere. It's like, this big table is great, but at the same time, it's kind of in the way of everything. Okay, so first things first, we're going to be stitching up. So this is our number 6 pieces. We got 2 of these, and we're going to be stitching this long edge here, from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the pins out that's holding our pattern pieces on here for now. I'm really hoping that this iron helps quite a bit. Like I said, I used it yesterday a little bit. I did pull it out and kind of heated it up a little bit and made sure it was, warm and things like that. And I feel like it's gonna really help things. So let's go ahead and get this sewn down. What is everybody else up to? Since I didn't get the chance to chat with you guys last week, because well, we had our Sunday stream, but we didn't have our Wednesday stream. So how are things going with everybody else? Is everybody having a good time? I hope the weather is okay by you guys. My gosh, this weather today, last night was just, it was scary at one point. Like the wind picked up and it was just so hard wind. I actually had to get out of the living room because the wind was coming in. Because we have a sliding glass door in our living room. It's so weird. Hi Gladys, good morning. We have a sliding glass door in our living room. We have one in our kitchen, one in our living room, but we don't get a cross breeze because there's a big wall. But anyway, the wind was coming in from that direction, so the rain was just slamming against that sliding glass door in our living room, and that's where our couch is. Our couch sits in front of that door. It's just a weird layout. But anyway, so I was sitting on the couch and all I could hear was this rain just slamming against the window. And all I kept thinking was, oh my God, this window's going to break. I don't want to be sitting here when the window breaks, right? So I got up and I walked in the kitchen because I'm like, safe in the kitchen because all the rain is going, that through the direction. And now at least there's a wall to protect me, And it was just so funny. The three of us were all standing in the kitchen watching the backyard, the rain in the backyard and throughout the day, or throughout the storm. It was just crazy. We saw a couple of branches come down in the backyard. Nothing big or crazy. We've got some really old elm trees in the back. So the branches are constantly falling down for those. And then we're like, well, we should probably check out front because that's where our cars are. That's where Mr. Wizard's new car is, and things like that. So we're like, we should probably check to see how things are going out front. And while we were sitting there, looking out the window in our master bedroom, which is over there, we heard a bang, and we felt the house kind of shake a little bit. Now, my house is an older home. It's built in the 70s, so it's not, It's not really structurally, I mean, it's structurally sound, I shouldn't say that, but it's just not very, like, we can feel the thunder, like the thunder shakes the house sometimes. So we both, I kind of looked at Mr. Wooster, I go, was that thunder or did something hit the house? But there was no sound from thunder. So I said, no, I think something hit the house. And so once the weather kind of got a little bit better, then we decided to go out and look to see if something had hit the house, and that's when we saw um, the branch that had fallen. So, all right, so here is this piece. That's all it said to sew up was this piece. Now we will need to iron this flat later on, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that now. Let me grab a pair of scissors. It does say to clip the curves, so I'm just gonna clip these. There's just this one little curve right here. It's nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and clip it real quick. There we go. And then we're going to iron this flat. We're going to use our new iron to iron it flat. So there's a little bit of a curve right here. Just a little one. Let's go ahead and open that seam up. I don't know if you guys can hear Addison. She's dreaming, and so she's yipping in her dream. Poor baby. Poor baby. All right, so here we go. Clover iron. It's really hot right now. But it really does lay down this fabric really nicely. Really nicely. I mean, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer than a flat iron would, but I think it works really, really well. Curve right here, so I'm trying to be conscious of this curve here. Just gonna iron that flat. Look at that. That worked out really nicely, and it's much easier than trying to mess with the big iron, trying to get it to go around this curve here. That's much, much easier. So I think that's going to be a huge game changer for us. I think that's going to work out really well. Naomi says, strong storms always remind me of the 8 is Enough episode. You 70s and 80s peeps know which one. Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like I should know that, and I don't think I do. I think I'm just a little bit too young for that. 8 is Enough. I feel like I remember hearing that the name for that show, but I don't remember it either. So, all right. So there we go. That one's laying nice and flat. You can kind of see the little, I don't know if this is going to be the back side or the front side. Looks like maybe the back side. These might look like legs, maybe. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But there, now it's lays nice and flat. So we'll set that to the side for now. And the next thing it tells us we need to do is we need to assemble pieces number 7 and number 8. Let's go ahead and get those together. I'm trying to be really careful with my pattern pieces and get them back into this bag here every time I use them so I don't lose them. It's a little warm in here. That iron is kicking up some serious heat, and of course I have something on top of the sensor. Hang on. Since I'm up now, I can probably mess with the camera too. There we go. Let's move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. There. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's better. Yeah, now you can actually see the puppies when they come through. Come here. See her. You can see her a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now we need to assemble pieces number 7 and pieces number 8. Looks like we have to do 2 of them, which is good because we have 2 pieces here. So this one gets attached to this one, like this, and it gets kind of like a curve. So we're going to have to curve it. Okay. Alright, makes sense. So let me go ahead and pull the puppy time. Yes, puppy time. It's always puppy time. Always puppy time. But let's go ahead and pull these pins out. Hi, baby. I am so grateful for this really big table that Mr. Wizard and I put together earlier this year. I'm so grateful for it. But honestly, I've run out of space so quickly, even with it. It's just crazy. Like, how did I manage with like such small amount of space before? It's just crazy. Okay, so right sides together. Let's start with this. We're gonna pin it. So let's grab this one here, right sides together. Pin that there, and then we're gonna turn it. Make sure those two pieces are matching up. I don't normally pin things. You guys know me. I don't normally pin, but with this project, I feel like it's probably a good idea to pin it, especially with all the curves and stuff. So I'm just gonna pin it up, make sure everything lays the way it's supposed to. So there's one. Set that there for now. What is everybody else working on? Like, everybody's getting their, I'm sure they're probably working on their Christmas stuff. I am not working on any Christmas projects this year. Don't really have any to work on. I probably should have been doing something, but I'm not. I, I just I just really have not even thought about it. To be perfectly honest, Christmas is not on my radar this year. Like even Halloween is like, oh crap, it's coming up kind of thing. Like it's just not even on my radar at all this year. Not even a little bit. All right. All right. So I've got those pinned. Kind of pinned a little weird, but that's all right. There we go. Is that the one where the kids were all alone during a storm? Oh, she must be talking about the television show or the movie that you guys were referring to. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this first one here. Should have sewed it up this way. We're doing a 1/4 inch seam. The directions called for a 1/4 inch seam, so that's what we're doing. Grab this one here. Kind of a quiet day today. So I think that this project, this Memory Bears project, could really be a weekend project for most of you. It really is not taking a horrible amount of time to do, which I'm grateful for because, like I said before, I'd like to make more of these. I have a bunch of fabric that I'd like to use to make more, and I just have not been able to do it yet. So I'm grateful that they're not horribly complicated, which I mean, I knew they weren't going to be because I've made stuffed animals before. It's been a very long time since I've done it. It was a project that I worked on when I think I was in 6th grade when we were making stuffed animals. So I have done it before, but I don't know about you guys, but I don't remember a whole lot from 6th grade. So so it's basically like I'm learning over again. Yes, Susan, the county fair. I saw that you had mentioned that you had turned in a bunch of stuff for the county fair, which is super exciting for you. I'm really excited for you. I hope that I hope that you win lots of prizes for it. If you're able to, I don't know if that's like against the rules or not, but if you're able to post pictures of your projects on our Facebook or Instagram, we'd love to see them. We'd absolutely love to see them. So, okay, so I went ahead and trimmed up that because as soon as we pull it out, just make sure that this is right. Like, yeah, yep. I don't know what piece this is going to be. I don't know if this is like the back. I wonder if this is the back and that's the other piece is the front. I think that's what it is. We'll iron that up in a minute. But yeah, if you're able to post pictures, we'd love to see them. I know some places they don't want you advertising at all. That's totally fine. I understand it. The last thing I want you to do is break the rules, so don't do that on our account. So for some people, it's a superstition thing too. So I get that also. I totally understand. All right, we're making our way through here. Taylor's voice I hear. Is Taylor finally awake and decided to join the land of the living? Well, good morning, Taylor. You're gonna have to talk up a little bit louder. What did you say? The thunder last night was no joke. No, it was not. No, it was, and even this morning, I don't know if it was last night that you were hearing it this morning, but yeah, it was nasty. I I think I woke up 3 or 4 times because of the rain yesterday.
I woke up at 2 a.m. because of that loud thunder that went off. It sounded like it was right above our house.
Yeah, Kevin said he heard that one too. I thought that was at 6 o'clock this morning,
No,
but
it
maybe
was
it was
at
at 2.
2. And then I woke up at 4 o'clock because my phone went off with the national weather alert. It scared the hell out of me.
Mine did too. For the flash flood warning.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
scared me.
yeah. Our phones went off at what time was that?
It
2.
was like 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Our phones all went off for a flash flood warning. It's just crazy. So that's the storms I was telling you guys about from last night. Good news is we were really lucky. No power outages here, no damage here. But yeah, fair opening day. We'll take pictures then. Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, it was no joke. Yes, my puppy cam is on. Ivy's currently on the puppy cam. See the little corner. Taylor doesn't like to be on camera, but she doesn't mind coming in and staying off camera, which is totally fine. I understand. I respect it. That's okay. But she wanted to see if the puppy cam was on. So she says good morning to everyone. I'm using my new iron. This thing is hot.
What in the world is that?
It's called a clover iron. It's a little bitty clover iron, and it's made for these types of seams so that you're not trying to use this whole big, huge iron to iron these seams open. Because when you're making stuffed animals and clothing, you want to press the seams open, which means both sides, one on the other side, one on that side. And so this little iron goes right there, just like that. And this is called a tailor's ham. It's full of beads so that it's not heat resistant, and it gives it a nice hard surface to press against. And you can kind of like see how this is a curved piece, so I can go around this curve here. I'm actually going to order a smaller one. Wow, Waywick has a smaller one of these. It's like a 3.5 inch one that I'm going to order because I'd like to be able to order something a little bit smaller to be able to go in like inside the head, when I'm ironing up the nose or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be ordering another one of those. Especially since I plan to make more of these, not just one. If I was only making one, I wouldn't be investing this type of money on this equipment. I wouldn't need it, but since I'm going to be doing more than one. You see how it ironed it nice and flat? Yeah. So now I have a side piece. Like this is the teddy bear's butt. This is the back of his leg. This is like under his arm. So this is where the arm connects up, and this is where the head will connect up. She's just shaking her head like, yeah, mom, okay. If you say so, I believe you. She's like, I believe you, sure. That's okay. Like, yes, I did clip this one. So I'm just going to press these seams open because the next thing we're going to be doing is attaching these two pieces to that front piece that we just had. So again, just using that clover iron. I'm being super extra careful. I'm really paying attention to this. So that's actually why I'm ignoring Chad a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. Stupid rain. That's actually why I'm ignoring Chat just ever so much, slightly, because I want to make sure that I'm paying close attention to this. Really paying close attention to make sure I'm not gonna hurt myself. There we go. I love this little like tip on the end of this. I would touch it, but I don't want to touch it. But the little tip on the end that really gets into the seam and presses it down really nice. So I'm sure this would work well even on like when you're just doing regular piecing projects. And if you like doing an open seam, I can see where this would be really, really helpful. I'm not sponsored by Clover Irons or anything like that. This is not a sponsorship video. This is just my personal opinion on products that I have. Just kind of go. It's an iron. Yes, this is a Clover iron. Sorry, Terry. I thought I mentioned that earlier in the stream. Yep, it's a Clover iron. Okay, so here's our pieces. You can kind of see what's going to happen here. I feel like these two pieces are going to come together and they're going to make the back. And then these two bottom pieces here are the legs. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Of course, I haven't read all of the directions yet. So the next thing we're going to be doing is attaching these pieces to this piece here. So let's go ahead and grab that. So here's this. And again, right sides together. So let's flip these over. Right sides together. We want to make sure that we're matching up the flipped corners. Okay, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I got you. So it's this one here. So this piece here, right side together, goes this way with this piece here. And then it's going to fold out. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and pin this up again. We're going to do this one side at a time just to make sure we don't screw anything up. Go. So I was telling you guys last week that I had taken a class, a bag making class, and I had made a bag. And I had to take it apart because I didn't like the way it went together. I was kind of rushing it and I wasn't really paying enough attention and I really wanted to do a little bit of a better job with it. So I did take it apart, I did repin it, but I have not been able to re-sew it back up together. I kind of ran out of time last weekend when I wanted to do that. So here's she. Again, she's literally just off the camera. She's under my feet, just off the camera. But I have it taken apart. I have it repinned, so I might try to re-sew it up this afternoon. If I don't re-sew it up this afternoon, I might do it when I'm with Katie on her channel. I might try to sew it up then while we're chatting, or I'll probably be pulling out our squared up project to finish putting the sashing on that project as well. So if you guys are interested in seeing that get put together again, make sure you check out Katie's live stream tonight or this afternoon because that's where I'm going to be doing that. Ooh, see, this is why I want to be real careful with this because I just caught the cord and that made the whole thing fall. So I'm just going to be a little bit more careful with it. All right, let's get this one sewn up together. Silly pins, be careful with that. There we go. Oh. Oh, nice quiet morning. Looks like a lot of our friends are probably dealing with those storms that blew through. My goodness, I hope everybody's okay. Don't have a lot of people joining us this morning, and that's okay. Didn't catch. Let's try that again. It's not going anywhere. Let's see if I can figure out what happened here. What's wrong, baby girl? Mama's got the sniffles. Okay, it's not moving. Let's get this to work. There we go. There we go. Now it's doing something. There's a little bit of a slight curve here, so I'm just trying to be careful with it. Trying not to poke myself with all these pins. That's the struggle, right? Using all these pins to keep everything in place and then trying to make sure that you don't poke yourself with them. That's really, sometimes that's a challenge in itself. I be quiet. I be quiet. Now when I get to the seam, I want to make sure that I'm sewing it with the seam open so that that corner lays nice and flat. So I'm just going to make sure that I do have it ironed down, obviously, but I'm going to fold it down and hold it as I go around it. Oh, stupid allergy. My goodness. That rain really kicks up a lot of stuff and it makes it hard to breathe. Or at least for me anyway. I don't know about everybody else, but for me it does. Every time we get a really hard rain, my allergies just go absolutely bananas. I be quiet. I am making sure to backpack all of my seams here. I'm sure I'm going to be going over all of these seams again with another stitching, but I want to make sure that they're nice and anchored very well. Electrical storms. Ooh, yeah, Susan, those are pain too. Flip these corners here a little bit. We've just got this one little curve over here in the corner. So I'm just going to make sure that was nicely clipped. There we go. There we go. Lay these out. So I am ironing my seams up as I go. It doesn't say to, but I'm just kind of assuming that that's what I should be doing. I probably should be following the directions a little bit closer, but trying to make my life a little bit easier. There's 3 settings on this thing. So there's an on-off switch on the power cord. So it's kind of like a lamp. There's just a flip switch for on-off. And then on the actual iron, there's 3 temperature settings. There's high, medium, and low. I did have it on high earlier, and now I have it on medium because I was being a little over paranoid about the high heat. I just didn't want to hurt myself with anything. So I do have it on medium right now, but honestly, I could probably turn it back to high. I'd be quiet. But even at medium, it's doing a really great job of ironing down those seams. So I'm not too worried about it. I'd be quiet. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's kind of, I mean, it's laying down really nicely. And it's staying down too, so. Oh. I mean, I'm sure that, if you were just making one of these, I'm sure your regular iron would work just fine. And we were using the regular iron before, but I found that I was still struggling to kind of get it in those curves just the right way. So that's why I decided to do it this way. So now if we pop this out just for looking here, we can kind of see that there's a front piece that kind of goes like this. Kind of like a, I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work out yet, but it's kind of what it's looking like. There's a little bit of a belly here, right? And then there's like these legs here. And then this is the butt that would sit down. So this is kind of what it's supposed to be doing here. A little bit. So let's get the other side on. Let's get the other side on. Okay. Right sides together. I have to keep telling myself that. Right sides together. There we go. Right sides together. Right. Making sure those notches meet up. So for those of you who have never followed a pattern before, most patterns will give you these little corner or triangles, notches. They call them notches. And basically it's to help you line up your pieces so that if something stretches or moves around a little bit, that's going to be okay because everything's going to line up based on those notches. Now there are other things that are marked on a pattern as well. There's circles and X's and things like that, and those are all significant. They all mean something. Typically, it's because that's where you're going to be. That's a sewing, from this circle, sewing from this circle to that circle, or things of that nature. Don't forget this is not the way it's supposed to. Looks like there's a little bit of an overhang here, so I'm going to have to clip that when we get there. Okay. But typically that's what the pieces are there to mean. And so in this case, it told me to make sure, the directions said to make sure that the notches were matching up. So we went ahead and made sure those notches were together. No, you wait. I don't know if you guys can hear her whining, but she's whining because she wants more treats. She wants more treats. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get this one sewn up now. Oh my gosh, my allergies are just absolutely killing me. Ivy, you're gonna have to wait. I don't think I've missed anything in chat, have I? Kind of a quiet morning, and that's totally fine. A quiet morning is nice. But so yeah, so live stream on Katie's channel this afternoon starts at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. I don't know what that is in Eastern or whatever, but starts over there. It's a great conversation. Like even if you don't suffer from mental health issues, but you know someone who does, or even if you just want some ways to cope with having a bad day. You know, these are all things that are these are all helpful tools for anyone, not just someone who's been diagnosed with something. That's the really great thing about it is it's not just for someone who has a diagnosed condition. Um, and it's a great conversation that we have. We also, I mean, obviously we're working on projects as well. At least I know that I work on a lot of projects because I have to stay focused. And I have to be doing more than one thing at a time. Like that's my whole, you know, that's just how my brain works. Um, Ivy, you guys hear her? She's crying. The fur baby wants treats. I know. She's crying. Fern King, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that tip. That was very kind of you. That was super loud in my ear. I hope that didn't scare the crap out of you guys too. But thank you very much for that tip. I really appreciate that. That's definitely going to go towards new projects. I really appreciate that. Bad mouthing. Yeah. Everybody throw some hearts up in chat for Fern for donating to the channel, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. I know you guys work really hard for money, so even the couple of dollars that you send my way, I truly appreciate that. All right. Jerry says, hi, puppers. Yes, hi, puppies. Brett says, which is why it's handy to have chalk to mark the fabric. Oh, yes, Brett46, 100%. All of those little lines and marks and everything else, yeah, 100%. I do have a bunch of Taylor's chalk. I have not used it on this project yet. I haven't really felt like I needed to yet, but that's not to say that I probably shouldn't have. Okay. So let me trim this piece real quick because I got a little bit of an overhang. Looks like something stretched a little bit. Not a big deal. We're just gonna give it a little trim. Thank you very much for hi Brenda. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. Hope your weather is better than by me. We had some really nasty storms overnight. Taylor was just in here telling us a little bit about them. Our phones all went off at like 4 in the morning to let us know about flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, which, you know, for the most part is really helpful. Like, I'm not complaining at all about our phones going off. I would much rather get woken up for severe weather and be able to prepare for it than not be woken up for it. Like, so I don't complain about that. Like, that's not a complaint, it's just a statement. So, Ivy out. I am using a new piece of equipment today, Brenda. It is a clover iron. It is not something that I have ever used before. Maybe you guys have. I have not. It was a recommendation by one of our subscribers who have made many, many, many of these bears and said that this was definitely a game changer for them. And I have to agree. I've only just used it this little bit, and I can already tell you that it's working out fantastic. It's really working out well. I'm really grateful to them for giving us that recommendation. It is pricey. It is definitely a pricey investment. I think this one was $45, so not cheap by any means. But I do plan on making more of these. So for me, it was an okay investment because I'm going to be doing more of them. If this was the only one I was ever going to make, then it probably wouldn't be worth it to me. Although I will say that using it, if you guys like to to use open seams in your quilting. This works really well for opening those seams because of that super point on the triangle there. That works really well to push that seam open. So I will say that. Flat. No, you'll get some in a minute. You didn't like it for what you were using it for? Yeah, that's understandable. Fern wants to know what pattern I'm using. It's a simplicity pattern. It's number 8155, and it is called. Let me grab it. It is. Well, I guess it doesn't really have a name, but that's the pattern. The pattern number is 8155. That's the pattern I'm using. I love it. I'm really happy with it. It's really been fairly simple and easy. I mean, like I said, it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these, so it took me a little bit to remember kind of all the terminology and the verbiage that goes along with it. But I think it's working out really well. I'm just clipping some of these curved pieces here. Staring you down. Yes, yes, she is. She wants her snacks, and I have a container of snacks here. Uh, she will get one in a minute if she's patient, which she's not. So as you guys can clearly tell, she's not a patient puppy. She's not patient. No, she knows what she wants, and she's going to get it. So. But it's very lightweight. This iron is very lightweight. I do really like it, but you have to be very, very careful with it. There are a lot more ways that you can hurt yourself with this iron than you can with a traditional one. Because this whole metal piece is all exposed. Like the whole thing. So it's not just the tip that's, that's warm. And it doesn't really lay very well on the table. Like I kind of wish that this body was more square so that it would lay flat, when you set it down. But because it's like a curling iron, it just keeps tipping. Hi Laura, welcome. So yeah, but it's working very well. Laura, honey, you do not need to apologize for being late. No, no, no. We are grateful for whatever time you're able to spend, and if you can't spend time with us today because something has come up, that is totally fine. We understand. We've all been there, and when we've had one of those mornings. I was just telling everybody about the horrible storms we had last night. So I totally get you. I understand. You're good. Don't you worry. Okay, so there we go. So now we kind of have a little bit of a body going here. You guys can kind of see. It looks like a pair of pants, but you can kind of see it a little bit. It's coming. It's coming. So we're gonna fold this up because we don't need this for right now. We're gonna set this aside for right now. So let's set that aside and let's give her one of her treats so she stays quiet for a few minutes. I think I said hello to Katie already, but hello, Katie. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Susan says time to head off to church. No problem, Susan. We completely understand. Have a great day. Stained glass quilt block. Oh yeah, Fern, I bet it would. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really seems like it would work out very well, especially if you're the kind of person who prefers to open your seams. I think that it would work out really well. I might actually start using this particular iron when we do our, whenever we get back to it, when we do our Floral States of America project because the pieces are so small. I think this is going to work out really well. And I showed this to you guys once before, but this one I bought actually came with different iron heads on it. Like this one is the small triangle. There's a bigger triangle piece. It's much bigger. And then there's this one that I thought was really cool. It's just a flat, round piece. This one would work really well for smashing down seams on things. So that one's going to work out really, really well. And then there's a round one. So if you're working on some nice rounded edges, you can put this one in there and work through that one. Now, of course, you can't change them out when the iron's hot. You'd have to wait for the iron to completely cool down in order to change out one of these heads. So it's not like it's a quick change thing or anything. But I think it would work out really well. It also came with an X-Acto knife and blades, which I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what you would need that for, but I'm not going to argue. All right, so next steps are we're already on step number 10. Step number 10 says we need to take our two number 9 pieces. Just say clip curves, back body at side, stitch front body to back body at side seams. That's just what we did. Clip curves, we did that. Stitch along edges of arm front number 9 and arm back number 10. Together. Oh, together. Okay. But I read that all the way through. Here's number 10. Here's number 9. Let's see. We only have 2 pieces left here, guys. Like, this is crazy. Okay. Seems weird. What am I doing here? Okay, so 9 and 10. So we've got these 2 pieces here. So this one's number 10. This one's number 9. We're going to take this piece here and attach it to this piece here. And there's a little bit of a puff there. So we're going to have to puff it out just ever so slightly. Okay. So let's go ahead and take the pins out of these. What is it? 142. Awesome. With those, yeah. Unfortunately, Laura, life is not always fun or exciting. Sometimes we have to go through the crap in order to get to the other side, but there is always another side. There's always a silver lining. There's as the one song said, one of my favorite Gary Allan songs says, the cloud always runs out of rain. Eventually, the cloud will always run out of rain, and things will always be better. So sometimes it's just a matter of pushing through and persevering through that negative energy or that negative place to get to where you need to be, and you will get there. We all will get there eventually. All right. So this says making sure that our clipped corners are together. So let's go ahead and pin this now. Right sides together, clipped corners together. There's a little bit of an overlap. So one piece is just ever so slightly bigger than the other, and I think that that's to account for stuffing. So we're going to make sure that we are going around these curves correctly. That's why we're pinning it. Laura, we are glad to hear that you're on the mend, though. That's the most important thing, and that's the thing that's sometimes it's the difficult part to focus on, but it's really the most important part to focus on because healing from anything, whether it be a sickness, whether it be a physical, ailment or whatever, the 70% of the healing process is mental. And it's crazy that it's that way, but it really truly is. 70% of it is just state of mind. It's, if your body is relaxed, if you're relaxed, your body is relaxed, is more likely to heal faster than if you're stressed out about it, if you're, trying to negate, whatever your body is trying to do, things like that. So it's important to stay as positive as you can. Positivity breeds healing. It's a thing. It's scientific and it works. I know when Mama Joyce was going through her issues that she had a few years ago, when she was going through those, that was one of the biggest things that we tried to tell her is just stay positive. The more positive that you can stay, the faster you will heal. The better you will feel, the faster you will heal. So, yeah, absolutely. Everybody send Laura hugs and good juju, good vibes to heal faster and stay strong. Whatever ailments it is that she's working through, we're here for her. just pinning these up so we can sew them up. I'm glad that you're here, Laura. I'm glad that you're able to spend time with us, hang out with us. I'm grateful for that. I hope that this gives you a little bit of positive energy to make it through whatever. I wasn't able to see the details of what you're going through, nor is it any of my business either. Whether you want to share or not, that's up to you. But just being able to stay positive and knowing that, we're sending you all of our positive energy for sure. There's nothing worse than not feeling 100% or struggling through that. There's nothing worse than that for sure. Ouch. There's also nothing worse than poking yourself in the thumb with a stupid pen. I hate pens. I hate them so much. I know they're a necessary evil, but they annoy me. And Addison has returned for a treat. So give me just a second, Addie. I'm making sure that the edges are meeting up because there's a little bit of a puff here because that's where we're going to be filling it with stuffing. And I do have some stuffing. If you guys have recommendations on what type of stuffing I should be using for this, I did buy some just cheap filling, polyfill from Amazon. I should show it to you guys. It came in this like flat package, like they sucked all the air out of it, and I'm like, if it's able to suck the air out like that, is it really a good idea to have this thing? Like, I have no idea how much stuffing is going to be needed for this thing. Like, I just don't know. And I know part of it is a personal preference, like how hard do you want it to be? How, firm do you want it to be? Not hard, firm. How firm do you want it to be? Those types of things. I know that's all personal preference, but okay, so these are both pinned up together. Addison, where did you go? Here, Annie. Sit. Take it nice. Wrigley. Wrigley's the little black and white one. I don't know if you can see her behind Addie. She's the little one. She's my widow one. And here's my muncher. Can you spin? Can you spin? Oh, everybody's doing dances now. Look at you, Addie. Addie's doing dances. That's cheating, but I'll allow it. Wrigley, where are you? Good girl. Good girls. It will take more than you think. Okay, Terry says it will expand, open it, and let it happen. Yeah, I definitely need to open it up here soon because it seems like we're moving a little faster. So I'm gonna have to open that up soon. Hug them. Lay on the floor and let them lick my face. They totally would. They totally would, Terry. They're a lot. They really are. They really are. Can you sit? Can you sit? Ivy, sit. That's not sitting. Can you sit for me, please? Sit. Sit. Oh, God. You wait. Puppies. Hi, Sarah. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Yes, my puppy cam. It has now become an officially permanent fixture on the channel. You guys will always get to see it there from now on. So I have 3 puppies. Addison, Wrigley, and Ivy. This is Ivy. This is the baby. She's not the smallest, but she's the youngest. And she is the most food motivated. So that is why she's in here right now, because she wants treats the most. Out of all of them, she wants them the most. The other 2 like to spend time with Daddy, so that's why they took off to go talk to Daddy. But she will stay in here as long as she knows there's a container of treats. She will stay here, right here, because she wants them all. She's my treat monster. So, all right, let's go ahead and get these sewn together. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. 1/4-inch seam. gotta be careful I don't catch myself on these stupid pins. I hate pins. I hate pins with a passion. Oh, there we go. That out of the way. We're gonna move this up here. Oops, I just hit a button on the mouse. Again. There we go. There you go. Your ear's back. I have one of those food motivated types. Yes, yes, yes. I think we all. I think if you own an animal, I think there's at least one in the group. But yes, she is definitely the food motivated one. Don't get me wrong. They all like the treats. They all do, but not as much as this one does. Not as much as this one does. We use corn checks or Cheerios to give them treats with. That's their treats. We don't use regular dog treats because we found that they have way too many calories in them. And we like to give treats. so we give them the ones that don't have any, almost no calories in them. So then that way we can give them more. Our vet actually is the one that recommended the corn checks because they basically have they're basically like almost no canine calories at all. Um, Corn checks and or Cheerios because they're basically no calories. So Ivy, you're gonna have to wait. So that's why we do that. So we don't do like milk bones or we do have some peanut butter, all natural peanut butter treats that they get. Um, but they only get one of those a week because they are really high in calories. In canine calories. That's how our dogs are. We're able to feed our dogs as many treats as we do and still keep their weight down. Ivy, you just wait a minute. I'm gonna triple check this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ivy, quiet. Ivy, you wait. First, that's what we give our puppies. Hi, Sherry. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you again. Hello. Welcome back. All right. So one of them is sewn up. Oh boy. I'm getting I'm getting harassed by animals again. All right. You can have one more, and then no more for a little while. Okay. Addison. Good girl. Wrigley. Good girl. Ivy. Spin, spin, spin. Come on, spin. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Ivy does the circus dog tricks. We don't know how she learned how to spin because we did. That's not what we taught her how to do. But she learned how to do it on her own, so we just let her do it, and it's fun and it's cute. But happy Sunday morning to you, Sherry. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you are well. Sherry also has her own channel as well, so make sure you check her out. I think that we have a link set up for her. It should be exclamation point Sherry. Quarter-inch seam on this particular project, so I'm trying to be very careful and making sure that I'm sewing up that quarter-inch seam. Those edges are matching up the way they're supposed to. I be quiet. Lots of pens. Trying not to poke myself with these stupid pens. I hate pens, but they are a necessary evil in a project like this. They really do help keep everything lined up the way it's supposed to be. Ivy, enough. You're not going to cry this whole time. Sorry, friends, ignoring chat for just a second. I'm just trying to pay attention here, make sure I don't sew over top of my own fingers or something silly. Eating my own hair here. Go. Ivy. She is not afraid to tell you what it is she wants. That is for sure. She's very vocal. Alright, there we go. Alright, so there we go. We got two. I think these are paws. These are their arms or paws. I'm not sure. Let's see. Patty says, I shut my air off this morning to give it a break. Just had a hot flash and looked at the thermostat. It's 85 degrees in here. Well, then I don't think that's a hot flash, hon. I think that's just your heat. You might want to take care of that. Yeah. Jeez, 85. I could not handle 85. Okay, we need to clip the curves here. This whole thing is a curve, so I'm trying to. No. There we go. Oh, that looks great. Says clip the curves and turn the arm right side out. Okay, so we're gonna need to iron this one up. Not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm clipping the curves. Clipping the curves, clipping the curves, clipping the curves. So many curves. Alright, there we go. So let's see if we can figure out how to. So I think I can just like open it like this to press the seams. Just kind of have to be a little creative when it comes to these really small pieces here. I did mention at the beginning of the stream that I am going to be looking into purchasing a little bit of a different tailor's ham. It's a 3.5 inch. So I'm kind of hoping that helps with the. I wonder if I can just like fold one of them over. You know, like gonna fold it. That might be might be a little bit easier to do that. Just kind of fold it to one side. Like that. There we go. Rather than trying to push it open, I'm just gonna fold one side around this edge here, and then flip it over and fold it again. That might be easier, I think. We'll see. I'm just kind of making it up as I go, so if you guys have a better idea, please let me know. But I think this will work. So I've got one side folded down, and now I'm just kind of folding the other side down around this edge here. Again, trying to be really careful with this iron because I can very quickly and very easily burn myself on it. Very easily. Okay, there we go. And now on these flat pieces, I can kind of pop it open and lay it down to kind of do those. So those I'm not too worried about. Much easier to do this with this little bitty iron though. Let me tell you guys, holy smokes, so much easier than trying to manipulate that big one there. You can make a tailor's ham while I am listening. What do you make it with? Like, what is on the inside of it? Okay, so there's the first one. Let's pop this one open. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. There we go. Feel like we're getting somewhere. Alright, and so since I popped those seams flat, it's really laying nice. There we go. Yeah. Garden tomatoes. Who's got garden tomatoes? Yum. Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry to hear that with the heat. Yeah, the heat is nasty. All right, friends. So there we go. There's our first one. I think these are arms. I think these are arms. There you go. There's our first one. Look how nice that curved. I have to give myself a little bit of kudos here for just a second because I did a fantastic job doing that little curve there. Like that is great. I did a great job. Give myself a little bit of pat on the back. Hi, Joyce. Welcome back to the channel. Polyfill. Okay. Put the stuffing in a cotton case. Okay. It helps smooth it out, and then use cotton fabric on the outside. Oh, okay. Grow stand for everything. Oh, yum. I can't have tomatoes in my garden because of a little puppy. I can't have garden tomatoes because I have a puppy who really likes the green ones because they have a scent to them, and she really likes green tomatoes. And she's not supposed to eat green tomatoes because green tomatoes are not good for dogs. No, but she really likes them. She likes to pick them and bring them to mommy. Yeah, yeah, don't you? Yeah, we've tried like putting fences up, and the little sneaker gets in there. You know, she figures it out, but she's a little too smart for her own good. So, so, so doing it this way, and again, I don't know if this is the right way to do it. You guys tell me if I'm doing it right or wrong. But doing it like this, where you do one side and then you do the other side, because it's such a tiny curve here that you really can't get into, really seemed to help. Like that really seems to have done the trick. So I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way to do it. This is just the way that I came up with to do it, and it seems to be working out real well. So I'm just sharing with you guys what's working. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but it's what's working for sure. I know. So I'm just doing around the curve here, and then once I get to the straightaway, then I go ahead and do it the normal way. I be quiet. Quiet. Okay, so I flattened out one side, so now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to flatten out the other side. So I'm just kind of smashing it down, basically, is all I'm doing here. Ivy, can you please be quiet? She says no. Not as long as you have a container of treats, Mom. As long as you have that container of treats, I'm going to keep whining until I get to eat them all. Because one is not enough for me, Mom. It feels warm. I'm going to actually turn it up because it doesn't feel like it's warm. Okay, so we're pushing these down. Okay. Alright, so we got that one side. We're going to do this other side now. I'm just basically doing it the way I was doing it before. I go around the edge, and now I'm going to do the center seam. Ivy, I know they can hear you, but see, they can't give you the treats. Only Mommy can. So you just have to wait. It really doesn't feel like it got very warm. I don't know if it shut off on its own. I don't think it shut off. Did it shut off on its own? Oh, it's still on. I'm not aware of a safety shut off on it, but maybe there's one. She's starving, Mom. I know. No, I know. But she's dying. I know. I know. I know. Oh, seam hams. Okay. Oh, Laura, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling a bit blue. I hope that we're going to be able to give you a little bit of joy. You know, it's okay to have a bad day. I mean, it happens. We all do it, right? We all have bad days. Try and focus on some good things in your day. I mean, I know there's a lot of negative things. Try to find one or two good things, you know, to focus on to kind of make the bad not seem quite so bad. This one turned out just as good too. I'm proud of myself. I did a great job. I'm just ironing these down again. There we go. Set this. There we go. Oh, there you go. There's the other one. Yeah, I did a pretty good job, I think. It's not perfect, but I don't expect it to be perfect. And I think yeah. Oh, good job, me. Yay. Yay, good job, me. Oh, right. Addison, you want one? Number 11 says, with right sides together, pin arm to armhole edge of body, matching notches and underarm seams, stitch, clip curves. Oh, okay. So, this here then? Yes. So we're going to go here like this, taking these, right sides together. So flip this over here. Like this. Ah, okay. Like this. How do you... Hang on, people. Like... So there's this seam, there's this seam. No, it's gotta be this way. That makes more sense. I'm like, what is happening here? Okay, now I get it. But see, this is the wrong armhole. See, this is why these little notches here help so much, because like this one's got one notch here and two notches here, right? This one's got two notches here, one notch here. So the two notches go together, and the one notch goes together, and that's how you know which side is supposed to go to which side. So this one, like this, the two notches come together, and then the seams come together, like that, and then this notch comes together, just like that. That is how this armhole is made. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out how to pin this now to put it all together. Here's my pins. Here's my pins. So there's that one. There's our notches. Make sure our notches match up. Unfortunately, this is why pinning is kind of important with this particular project, because you really want to make sure that everything is lining up before you get it over to the machine, because it kind of becomes a bit of a pain if it's not lined up when you get it to the machine. So there we go. Now this one should be lining up the seams. Yep. Both of the seams are open. Ivy, quiet. There we go. And then we roll it around to this side here, like this. I do not have the pointy end in my mouth. That's how you guys know. There we go. Never put the pointy end in your mouth, that's for sure. You shouldn't put pins in your mouth ever, but I did not have the pointy end in. There. Okay, so now I gotta try and figure out how to sew this without sewing everything else to it. Any suggestions? It's concept versus execution. Like, I understand the concept. I'm just not quite sure how to execute it. Well, we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna try this out here, friends. Let's do this. Well, the good news is there's always such a thing as a seam ripper. Questioning your sanity. Oh my. So small. What did I miss? Hold on. What did I miss? Your pressing ham looks like it's ready for legs and a head. It kind of is, right? Like, it looks like a Mr. Potato Head. What did I miss? I'm working on, oh my god, 864 1-inch finished half square triangles. Yeah, I have to agree with you. What? Yeah, Dawn, I am with you on that. I'm kind of questioning her sanity too. Oh my goodness. Too funny. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we're gonna try to figure this out. Like, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here, but we're gonna try to figure this out. Ivy, no. She's making me crazy.
made me a little bit of same, just for a little bit.
Okay. Like, I'm having a hard time with this 4-inch hole, and you're over there making little 1-inch half square triangles. Like, that's just Donkey Kong. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. That is just wow. That's all I can say is just wow. This is so tiny. Okay, let's pull that one out. I'm quiet. I know this is one of those things where you're supposed to roll it as you go. Ivy, enough. Roll it as you go, right? That's one of those where you're supposed to roll as you go. Roll as you go, right? Roll as you go. One bit at a time. One little stitch, couple little stitches at a time. And now it's stuck, so I gotta get back here. Here's my here's. Sorry guys, ignoring chat for a minute here. This is a really tiny piece, and I'm trying to. There we go. There we go. Trying to figure it out. This is. Get that out of that. Go. Trying to make sure that everything stays lined up. I made a couple of stuffed bears in my lifetime, Danny. I really appreciate your pressing skills. I think I clipped my seams but never pressed them. Kudos. Oh, well, thank you, Dawn. Thank you. I think that pressing them is really helping to make sure that everything lays the way it's supposed to. I mean, the directions don't say to press everything open. Honestly, it does not say anything about pressing it. It does show the seam being pressed open, so I'm kind of making a little bit of an assumption. But yeah. All right, friends, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see. Ha 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 ha! I have an arm. Yay! Look at that. I have an arm. Yay! Yay! We did it right. God, I hope we did it right. Yeah, we did it right. Yay! Look at that. Nailed it. I do not, Sherry. I do not. This is my first ever bear that I've ever done. I've never done one before in my life. This is the first ever. So that's kind of why we're learning a little bit as we go here. I can show you what the pattern looks like to show you what it's gonna look like if we do it correctly. But I've never made one. I have made stuffed animals before, but I was in like 6th grade the last time I made one. So I don't have that one either anymore. But this is what it's supposed to look like. Now these bears all have clothing except for this one over here doesn't have any clothing, but that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. Yes, go Danny. Yeah. only 3 more to go. Yeah. Well, there's only 2 arms, so that's good. And then the legs, I think, are part of the body here. I think these pieces down here are the legs. So I think I only have one more to go. But Yeah, so let's press this real quick while we're thinking about it. Let's go ahead and press this seam. 'Cause I'm trying to only do one thing at a time so I don't overwhelm myself. Because otherwise I will get overwhelmed really easily with a project like this. So trying to do it just a little bit at a time. Now I did turn the iron up to high, and boy is it almost a little bit too high now because now it's starting to melt things. So we probably don't want it on high. Yeah, it's starting to melt the stabilizing fabric that we were using, so we don't want that. We don't want that or need that. So let's just um, not quite sure how to lay this one out. We're gonna try. There we go. Yeah, my tips get all gunked up because I think the temperature is just a little bit too hot. So I did turn it back down to medium. Okay, cool. Cool. So we got one arm done. Now we gotta do the other arm. What time is it? Jeez, it's almost time. My goodness, we've done so much. So much already. All right. Let's go ahead and get this one sewn up hopefully today. And then we can kind of work from there. Let's see. Grab my pins. First one's always the hardest, right? First one, getting that first one out of the way is always the hardest until you kind of figure out what you're doing. And then it's a little bit easier. Now I am using quilting pins. I probably should be using a little bit of a shorter pin on this. Hold on. See, this is where those double and... Wait a minute. Oh, right sides together. See? I'm using regular quilting pins and they're kind of long. I'm thinking the regular shorter pins probably would have been easier on this, and I do have some, but I'm being lazy and I don't want to dig them out. So we're just going to use these for now and hope that everything goes okay. But I'm thinking the quilting pins are nice for a lot of things, but I think they're just a little bit too long for this particular section. And so I'm having a little bit of a struggle, but I am also not, I wasn't pushing them down very far either. So I think that's the other thing that I'm going to change up here is I'm going to try and push them in a little bit further. So that the heads on them are a little bit closer to the edge. There we go. All right. Let's get this one on the machine now. Dawn, I didn't say to. I didn't say anything about stuffing the arms yet. No, I didn't say, it doesn't say anything about stitching anything yet. So, no, basically we're going to put almost the whole body together before we start stuffing anything. Let me look. Oh. Yeah. Step 17 says turn body right side out and then stuff head, body, arms, and legs. Yeah, so the directions don't say to stop anything until the very end. So yes, Sandra, that was almost a noose. I did catch it, but I'm glad that you were paying attention too, so I appreciate that. But yeah, that was almost a noose. Let's go ahead and sew up this last arm to give ourselves another positive win, and then we will say goodbye for this weekend. But don't worry because we've got lots and lots of live streams coming up here over the next few days, and even another one this afternoon. Not here on our channel, but on Katie's channel over at Greenland Quilter. We're going to be doing a Peace of Mind Mending Pieces. If you guys are interested in that, I know it's not for everybody, and that's totally fine. That's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no judging. Very judge-free zone. You know, our whole channel is judge-free, but roll it as you go, a little bit at a time. Just about at the seams here. Make sure I have that laid nice and flat for me. Uh-oh. The head fell off. That pin broke. Crap, I don't even know where it went now. Ivy! I put it in here, but I don't know where it went. I'm gonna have to find it later if that pin broke. The head fell off of that pin, so I'm just gonna toss it. That's okay, it happens. Ivy! Ivy. Ivy. Ow. Stupid pins. Stupid pins. The difficult part is right here where these seams match up. My machine is not really enjoying that at all, and so I'm trying to find a way to tell it to enjoy it. So it's not. It doesn't like it. It's not liking it very much. All right, here we go. Ivy. I'm going to spend the majority of this live stream yelling at my dog to be quiet. I have created this monster. I understand. Not fun. Not fun. No, not fun at all. No, not at all. All right, so I think we've got it down there. Let's see. Yes, it's on there. Now there is a hole in here. There's a couple of holes in here. I can go back through those. Let's see if I can sew those up again. Because I can see it. You can see where it's at. It's right here. Is that under the machine again? Try it. This one didn't sew up as well as the other one did. There was a couple of pieces that kind of missed. So I'm just trying to give it another go. Trying to give it another go. Ivy! worked out a little bit better. Yeah, that one works a little bit better. There was just where we had clipped the edges. Would you be quiet? Where we had clipped the edges, we'd done those clips, you know, those snips to match things up. It just didn't quite sew all the way through. So there we go. There's our little arm. Let's go ahead and iron this open real quickly. I did turn the iron down, so hopefully it's a little bit better and it's not going to melt things. It's kind of melting things a little bit. All right, that's what we got. The peanut gallery is adorable. Yeah, she's something. No, she's adorable. That's why we don't mind her whining. Okay, friends, here we go. There is our. So these are the legs. You got a picture. Here, let me pop the butt up. So here's the legs. Here's the arms. These are the legs here. There's a little bit of a bubble in the stomach here. A little bit of a puff there for the stomach. There you go. We're gonna go like this, and then here's the head. It's pretty decent size. Like I wasn't expecting it. It says 14 inches. So I was expecting it to be a little bit smaller. Sister Ketchup Fern, no, we totally understand. I hope you and your sister have a great visit. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. Don't forget to come back on Wednesday for our Spools of the Year project, and we also have our live stream with Katie this afternoon. And then, of course, we have our After Dark edition on Saturday where there's going to be a huge giveaway, so make sure you guys pay attention to that. You do have to be in it to win it, so you do have to be present to win. But look at this. I'm just so proud of myself. Like, I have managed to do all of this so far, and it just looks so cute. So cute. It's coming to life. That's right, Joyce. It truly is. To telling animals, yeah, 100%, right? 100%. But anyway, friends, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all of the words of encouragement as we're working through this project. I am really looking forward to it. This project has done wonders for my self-esteem and for my own, like, just testing my skills and stuff. It's really done an amazing job at doing that. So thank you, everybody, for that. I truly appreciate it. We will be back next week for our Norfolk project. We're going to be working on block number 7. I think there's only 8 blocks of that project, so I think we're just about done with it, which is exciting because we've got a bunch of other ones that are going to be coming in soon. But anyway, thanks again, guys. Don't forget, Wednesday is Spools of the Year project. We're going to start with August. We're going to go for 12 months, and then, members only is on Monday. Spools of the Year is on Wednesday. After Dark is on Saturday. And then another live stream again on Sunday. And of course, the one this afternoon over on Katie's channel as well. So thanks again, folks, so much for joining me. Thank you, Ivy, for hanging out with me and being a pest all afternoon. Give her one more. Come here. You want one more? Take it nice. Oh, she dropped it. All right, folks. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
Yeah.